Trucks for scrap. Some of the naughtiest trucks on the whole railway live at the works, so, as you can probably imagine, there is lots of rubbish to be transported. Every so often, one of the engines has to take the scrap iron to the scrapyard, where Edward first met Trevor, before he moved to the vicarage orchard. The engines nicknamed the train the Scrap. None of the engines liked the job. The trucks were old, rude and noisy. They took absolutely no notice of anything that was said to them. This is not unusual, but these trucks were worse than most, and they made every engine's journey a misery. One day, Boko found that he was to take the Scrap.
Right,
he said to Douglas, who happened to be in the shed with him.
I'm having no nonsense from those trucks. They'll go quietly or else.
Aye, smiled Douglas. So must boss. The trucks objected to Boko because he was a diesel. What's this strange thing? They asked. A caterpillar? Then they accused Boko of bumping them. It was what they deserved, but Boko had been very careful with the trucks. Finally, they pretended the brakes were still on and screamed horribly when Boko tried to move them. At last, Boko had had enough.
Right, he said to the trucks. Any more nonsense and this trip to the scrapyard will be your last. I'll leave you there to be cut up with the other old iron if you don't start behaving.
The trucks were silent for the first time that morning, but not for long. One of the oldest trucks began to complain that it felt ill. Boko took no notice, but the trucks made such a fuss that he had to do something. Growling fiercely, he moved around the other trucks and coupled up to the old truck, which was grumbling terribly.
Come on, you, grunted Boko. Move!
But before they had moved an inch, there was a splintering noise. Ow! Screeched the truck. Suddenly, its floor gave way. The scrap iron it was carrying fell through and landed with an loud crash on the road below. Oh! Groaned the poor old truck and collapsed. So Boko really did have to leave her truck to be broken up for the next scrap train. The other trucks were very worried, as they didn't want to be turned into scrap iron. They were quiet and helpful for the rest of the day, and it was the easiest run Boko ever had with the Scrap.